ليش تصيح وقوي وسهها بس ده عليها معناته تخطر لها تصيح هيك مني بصيح هذوك يعني هم اللي يقروا مش اللي يقري. She said she might do. She actually wasn't sure, so she asked me what should she do. So I suggested maybe try pre-intermediate, see if it might help, it might be better, I think. So I think she agreed. She said, yeah, maybe she'll do pre-intermediate first. And I think that's better, to be honest. Because pre-intermediate has more, I think, not more grammar, but maybe more relevant things for someone who needs a revision. I think it's better than intermediate, because here intermediate, they already expect the student to be sort of fit and used to all the stuff from elementary and pre-intermediate. So I don't think they.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, this is not the book. This is pre-intermediate. We need intermediate. Okay, so is this? I also downloaded the audio, but I don't know where the book is. Here it is. Okay, so we also have the audio for the intermediate book, which is good. So in case we have listening exercises, we can do them as well, which is great. Okay, so these are some of the expressions we covered last time. We had a number of verbs. So this was a bit of a collocation exercise for weekend activities. So we visit relatives, we have a lie-in, we go to gigs or concerts and festivals, we chat to friends online, we have a quiet.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have just a question about festivals. Can we consider our religion occasions like Eid as a festival?
I think it's better to think of it as a holiday more than a festival, I think. Because festivals usually are a bit longer. They're usually more than one day, I think, a festival. Eid is 3 days, so it's festival. But usually, I think they, with religious holidays, they usually put them with holidays. Festivals usually are more, I think, cultural or traditional. I think maybe more social than religion, I think.
So we don't have any something we can call it a festival for us.
Here in Libya, we had there was one we had in Tripoli, I think, a few years ago. They had it. I don't remember. Here we don't have. I think the only one we have every year is the Damis Festival. I think this is the only national festival we have every year, I think. But the rest we don't have one. But for music festivals, like the one they have in Tunisia, Carthage Festival, the music festival. This is a famous music festival. So it's
festival has to be annually.
Usually it's annual, and usually there's some kind of organization. It's not spontaneous. Festivals need to be organized from the government or some kind of ministry of culture or ministry of something. They need to organize it, and they need to give permission. I think the best example of a festival is the Brazilian Carnival. I don't know if you know about it. It's every February. Yeah, that's an example of a festival. Yeah, because they organize with the cities, and the cities have dancers, and they have events, and they have security, and they have, so it's usually complicated. Lots of people have to work together to make it work. This is the idea of a festival. But holiday, if you think of it, even the word holiday, it comes from holy day. Did you know this?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, holy.
No, it's new.
Do you know what holy means?
Yeah, holy all or.
No, not whole, not okay, I'll write the spelling. Holy here, like it means, I'll try to explain it without translating it. Let's see if maybe you've seen this word. Have you seen this word? Holy?
Yeah, holy. Yeah.
Is it new? Holy, something which is holy?
No, holiday. When you write holiday, isn't the same?
It's related to it. A holiday is written like this.
Yes. I made a mistake. Yeah.
But the word holy on its own, it also has a meaning. It means something which is religious or important. Like, for example, the Quran, you can say the Quran is a holy book. For the Christians, the Bible is a holy book. This is something holy. It has a religious and spiritual importance. Like mosques are holy places, churches, synagogues, these places are holy places. They're not normal places, they're the places of worship, the places of God.
مقدس.
Exactly, that's it. This is the meaning of holy, word holy. So even holiday, it's made from holy day. So it's a special day, it's not a normal day. And even by the way, Saturday, yeah.
It's not the same spelling.
Not the same
spelling. You can't just add the word day and...
Yeah, there's a change in spelling, correct. Yeah. Because even the holiday, because in the Saturdays, in Judaism, the Jews, originally the Saturday is a holy day. So Jews are not allowed to work, they're not allowed to do anything on Saturday. It became a holiday. And for the Christians, the holy day is Sunday. It's when they go to Mass, to church, Sunday, right? For us, our holy day is Friday. So holy day, it became holiday. So this is the origin of the word holiday. So I think for Eid and these religious events, maybe holiday is a little better than festival, because usually festival is not, it's not very religious usually they're traditional, cultural, musical, they're secular, they're not religious.
That's pretty clear now. But we can consider Christmas as a holiday or festival.
Holiday is better.
Because it continues to 2 weeks at least. So it's long.
It's because now they take it as
and they organize and prepare the streets and the Christmas trees, and whole the nation is working on it. So I don't know.
Correct. Yes, it does make sense to call it a festival, but usually it's more of a holiday. They just say, even in English, the more common phrase is Christmas holiday. They don't say usually Christmas festival, unless maybe some cities, they want to have a festival during this holiday. So maybe they have a parade. Do you know parade? Maybe you've heard of this word, a parade.
What?
Parade. Have you heard of this word, parade?
Parade. Yeah, maybe when we say it's not present, like in طرود أو...
No, not exactly. No, actually, a parade is like a show on the street. So they have, like, for example, people walking or people playing music together. They walk together. all of them are walking together, a bit like in the Carnival in Brazil. So when you see them on the streets, you see that people, they stand on the edges of the street, right?
Yeah.
They stand on the side and they watch. Yeah, exactly. So they watch the bands and the bands are moving. This is called the parade. So all of them are moving, playing musical. So maybe during Christmas holiday you can have, but I don't think it's very common. Usually it's just the lights. Everybody celebrates by decoration. They have a Christmas tree. They visit Santa Claus. There are certain traditions during the Christmas, but I don't know.
Exchange presents.
Exchanging presents, writing cards, not going to work, of course, having those 2 weeks off, usually the week after Christmas and the first week in January. So it's together. It's Christmas and New Year's. So they usually have them combined together. But I don't think festival is the best way to describe Christmas, I think. But if you use it, if you, for example, if you use it and you make a mistake and you say festival, they'll get your point, I think. They'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have do yoga, meet up with friends, tidy up the house or the flat, go to art galleries, do exercise, have people for dinner, round for dinner. So the rest is clear, I think. So now in the next exercise, we have an interesting article. So we're going to do a little bit of reading. In this article, we want to find out about happiness. So it's a nice topic this time. It says here, read the beginning of the article about happiness. How did the scientists make their top 10 list? So in this article, the scientists have made a list and they've decided to put them in order from number 1 to 10. So they made some kind of list. First of all, let's read the beginning. They want us to read the beginning, and then they want us to tell them how, or to say how they made this list, or based on what. So let me zoom in a little bit. Scroll up. Come on. Okay, so this part here, can you see it? The Secret of Happiness, this little one paragraph. Here on the top right side, many people.
Yeah.
Okay, so read this first, and we want to answer our first introduction question here. How they decided on the top 10 things.
Okay. Okay, how did a group of scientists examine such a planter? They examined hundreds of research studies from around the world.
That's correct. This is how they made their study, or this is how they based
their list.
Yeah, this is how they made their list. Okay, that's good. Now here in the next part here, okay. All right, so here it says, look at these reasons for happiness, put them in order from number 1 to 10.
The most important,
But I'm not sure if they want us to guess for ourselves, or if we need to read the article first. No. So this is just for us. This is a guess for us, I think. And then and after that we can read the rest of the article, okay? So let's do this. Let's see. According to you, let's see your opinion first, okay? And what do you think is the most important and the least important in this list? So number 1 will be your most important, and number 10 will be your least important.
Family, money, being married, helping others, your genes, being attractive. What's the meaning of growing old?
It means not dying young, having a long life.
Yeah. The most important is friends and family, especially family. Good family, to have a good family.
Okay. So this is your number. Let's write your list first, and then we'll have a little chat. So this is number 1, according to Nahan, number 1. Okay. What would be number 2 in your list?
Number 2. Number 2, money.
Money. Number 2 is money.
Money. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3 gonna be religion.
Okay.
Number 4, helping others. And number 5, not wanting more than you have got.
Okay.
Number 6, intelligence. Number 7, growing old. So your genes, they mean your genetics or something, or what? Or your
yes,
your
that's
gender.
No, not gender. It means, like you said, genetics. It means your race, your health, your genetic health, because some people have many genetic diseases. So if you have good genes, maybe you're intelligent, maybe you're tall, maybe you're healthy, you're not at risk to have illnesses like high blood pressure and diabetes, cancer.
Okay.
These things
Let's
are
say
genetic.
it's gonna be, yeah, let's say it's gonna be number 8, and the last one being attractive.
Okay, so genes is 8. Attractive is 9. There's one left, I think.
No. Oh, being married. Okay, it's number 9. Okay.
But you left it number 10. Okay.
I forgot it.
You forgot it because you think it's number 10. You think it's the least important. That's why. That's why you forgot it.
Actually, being attractive, it's the last thing that I'm worrying about, or that I worry about. But okay, doesn't matter. Okay.
We can change
Being
that.
married is not important.
All right. So
Yes.
that's an interesting list. Okay, let's take, for example, the 3 most important for you, and let's talk about them. Why do you think these are the 3 most important? And then the 3 least important, and we'll see why you think they're the least important for happiness, in your opinion, of course. So friends and family, you chose number 1, 2, 3, money, and then religion. Why do these 3 things you think are important for happiness?
Because if you have a good family and raised by good parents and have a good friends, that will make your life easier and maybe more comfortable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. For the second, money, if you don't have, let's say, if your parents were not good, or I don't think being rich or wealthy is really can make you happy if you don't have a good family or good friends or some good company for which can help you in tough time. For the third, religion. You need religion because you're as a good for spiritual motivation and to feed your soul, okay, to for your support your beliefs and to believe that there is a great power supporting you, and you can I don't know how to say it properly in English, but this is what I'm thinking now.
All right. Okay.
So,
okay. And the last, the least important parts. You mentioned genes, being attractive, and being married. These are the three least important reasons for happiness. Why did you choose these three, or what do you think the reason is for these three?
well, your genes. I don't think it's matter to have a good genes or not, because that's not big. That won't be a really big obstacle in your way to be good or to be happy. Okay, I don't think so. So, and also for being attractive, it doesn't matter. I'm attractive or not, I'm popular or not, as long as I have a good friend that I have chosen. So I don't care if I'll be attracted for others or not, other people. I don't care. So for the last one, to be married. So how can I don't know, how can I link the marriage with happiness? So it's actually it's maybe to be mom, to be father, but I don't think that people who didn't marriage are unhappy or lack for happiness. I don't think it's personal choice. It's not something you can say if you didn't do it, you're gonna be sad or unhappy or lack something vital to be happy.
Okay, that's also, it makes sense in a way. Now let's compare your opinion or your analysis on these 10 reasons or these 10 factors. Let's compare them with what the scientists found in the article. So I'm going to take you to the article, and let's see how close or how similar or how different your oh, what is it? I think it's a listening article. Okay, turn to, oh, so it's 112.
I think it's not listening. It's on another page.
Yeah, it's on another page. Let's go to the other page. 112.
112.
So here it is. So it's a bit of a long, not long, but it's nice. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit so the whole thing appears together.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Your genes.
Okay, so take some time. Read this, and then we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Being married.
Have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? What do you think of these top 10 reasons compared to your top 10 reasons?
Yeah, it's completely different.
Uh-huh.
I've never thought that
Yeah.
it's gonna be like this.
But which points do you agree on, and which points do you think maybe not true from this list?
I don't know. I can't say that there's something. I can't say which match and not, because this is analysis and it's statistics more than.
That's correct. Yes, this is based on
Another opinion. So
this is based on statistics, but I don't know. I
can't
think
say it's logical or not, it's rational or not, but
yeah. I think
because when you about your genes, I would never thought that the genes will make people much happier than others who don't have the same genes or happiness genes, because it's scientific information more than something you can notice.
yes.
Or experience in your life.
Yes, because here what they mean by genes is they also mean the personality, because there's a big part of our personalities which is just inherited. It comes from our parents. So for example, nervous parents, if your parents are the nervous type, there's a big chance you will be the nervous type, because these things sometimes are inherited. The same thing with the many mental illnesses like schizophrenia. Do you know schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is also genetic. For example, if a grandfather or if a father has it, or maybe an uncle has it, there's a higher chance that the son will have it than, for example, someone who doesn't have anyone in the family who has it. You get the idea? This is genetics. So this is why if you have genetics for a sort of negative personality from your parents and family, you're likely to be negative too. But if it's the other way around, so it's the other way around too. This is the idea. And here, the reason why they did a study of 4,000 adult twins, they usually do a study on twins. Why? Because with twins, it means their genetics are the same. They have they have matching genes. So they try to measure the other factors or other elements in the like environment, friends, and other things. So that's why usually with studies on genetics, they always use twins, because this way they can fix the genetic factor, because they know this is stable in both of them, and then they study the differences. So interesting. I think it's an interesting analysis. Now let's go back. Let's see a few questions about this, and let's see what we can answer. All right, so here, let's zoom out a little bit. It says, and listen, read the rest of the article and answer the questions. Okay, but which questions? Does the article have questions? Maybe we missed them. Let's see. Oops. 119. I think the article has questions and maybe we didn't see them. Let's see the questions. Are there any questions? One 112, right?
Yeah, 112.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. So there are questions.
Where is it?
Yeah, here, I'm going to zoom in. Do you see them?
Oh, working group, discuss these questions, yeah. 3 questions.
Yes, these are the questions. Are the reasons in the article true for people you know? Give examples if possible. What do you think? Do you know any people that you think match these reasons? For example, do you know any happy people because of one of these reasons, for example? Do you know any happy people? Maybe you don't know.
Yeah, not wanting more than you have got, yeah.
This is one, so this is one of the reasons for one of the happy people you know.
Yeah, I know a happy couple because of this reason. My uncle actually has a really happy married life because of
you mean he's happy because of marriage, because of his marriage?
Yeah, because of his marriage.
Okay, so you have 2 examples which match this study, right? Okay. What about the second question? Is there any of these reasons that you maybe disagree with? Or maybe you think, when we say here disagree, we don't mean that the article is wrong or the analysis of the study is wrong. It just means maybe you don't have something that matches your immediate environment. I mean, the people you know, maybe there's something that contradicts this information. Do you get the idea of the question?
Yeah, contradicts. Okay.
Yeah, for example, you know someone who's married and very unhappy because of his marriage. This would be a disagreement.
Yeah,
right?
I know a lot. Yeah, a lot of people like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think number 2 too. I have the same experience. I think I don't completely agree with number 2. I don't think so. But here you have to keep in mind, they're not comparing between single and married people. They're comparing between couples who live together, boyfriend, girlfriend, and married couples. So maybe the comparison is a little different different for our situation because we don't have the first example of couples living together who aren't married. So maybe this factor is a bit different. So if you compare single to married, maybe then maybe number 2 doesn't apply. Because like I said, number 2 applies to a different thing. But if it applies
even the point when they say growing old, I don't think here from in our area or in our culture, I don't think growing old is happiness reason for people here, because growing old, the elder people here, they live a poor life. They don't have any activities and they're actually waiting for die, and they just have or commit to their rituals and waiting for the day that they will go on. Or I don't think it's old. It's really match with others.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's not a very important reason. But at the same time here, even in this article, it's not an important reason. They're telling you that old people, they're not more or less happy than younger people. I think what they said here, this is interesting. In the last sentence, they said this is probably because they spend more time doing the things they enjoy. So maybe they're talking about old people who are happy because they were happy when they were young. So it didn't change. If you're happy from the beginning and by chance you live a long life, you will continue probably being happy if you can still do the things you like. Maybe you like to draw, maybe you like to take photographs, maybe you like to walk. And if you can still do this into your last years, I think you would probably be happy, maybe. But if you're miserable from a young age, I don't think you'll be happier if you live longer. I think it's the opposite, right? If you're unhappy when you were young, how would you expect to be when you're older, with illnesses and a weak body and a weak mind? I think worse. You'd be more unhappy. This is my opinion. I don't know. Maybe this is not true. So, okay, so we have a few disagreements according to our culture, maybe, like you said. Now, the last question here, it says, are there any reasons for happiness that you think should be in the article? This is also a good question. Do you think there's another factor or another element or another maybe variable we can change or we can add or we can change? Let's imagine we have another point, another factor, and we want to substitute this and change it with one of the ones here in the list. What would that be for you?
Happiness reasons or factors.
So we want to think of another factor and we want to add it here and maybe take one out, which is not very important. Also,
I think when you are healthy, that's gonna be an important factor of happiness. To be healthy.
You mean like physically and mentally, or just you mean healthy body physically?
Yeah, physically and mentally. They're physical health and mental health.
Okay, so this, I agree. I think this is quite important, yes. If you're healthy or if you're born healthy, but I think this is also related to genes, right? I think the point of health, it's a mix between genes and maybe this one, attractive people. Believe they're, maybe because they also have good genes and therefore healthier, right? Because when we say attractive, we mean that you don't have any physical deformities. You're not missing a leg. You're not blind in one eye. You're not born with a physical defect, right?
But you can't say that you can't restrict
correct
the reasons of illness on at the genes.
No, you can't. No.
So you can't say if you have a good genes, you will be healthy. If you don't have a good genes, you're gonna be sick. You can't say like that.
No, we can't. No. But Noha, statistically,
so healthy is a gift.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. But genes are a gift too, right? Because we don't control them. We just get them from our parents. We don't. I mean, we can't choose them. So because some families and some maybe here in Libya not so much, but in other races, some races have more genetic illnesses. Did you know this? Some for example, here in our area in the Mediterranean, we have a blood disease, thalassemia B, if you've heard of it. This is common in this area, Mediterranean, Levant. Do you know what Levant means? Maybe you've heard of this one. It's an area.
No.
Levant, this is the geographical area where you have Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Palestine, that area. It's called
Middle East.
Not all of the Middle East. Only the small area after Egypt. Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Palestine, only that area.
Yeah.
What do we call that in Arabic?
I can't remember.
منطقة الشام اللي هي جهة الشام.
Yes.
Lebanon, Syria, that area. So that area and the Mediterranean, they have some genetic diseases that are not in people who are from Africa, and also people from Africa. From Africa, they have genetic diseases. They have high blood pressure, more likely, statistically more. They have a bigger chance of having high blood pressure. So I mean, these are medical things, of course, but there are things which are you have a higher chance. Like even here in Libya, for example, diabetes and high blood pressure.
Diabetes.
Yeah, if one of the parents has them, or if both parents have them, the children have a higher chance, of course, when they get old, of having these diseases. So this is what we mean, I think, by genes. But like you said, you're right too. We can't say 100% from the genes. It's impossible, of course. It also depends on the environment.
I also have heard sometime from some specialists in genetics who said that when you are under stress, so when you are unhappy, this gene, you are actually motivate or you are activate your bad gene to affect your life and to be effective and get you the disease or something. So for unhappy people, you can't say, I don't know how can I say that, but I hope that I can convey my meaning to you. The meaning is, when you are already unhappy, you will get genetic, you will get your genes active. So the point is, it's not necessary who the first factor will get you happy, your genes, or when you already, or the happiness, I don't know.
Take your time. Maybe simplify your idea, but keep it in English.
Okay. For example, a person who was born with genetic illness, okay? So he has a high risk to be ill in some period or in some time. Okay. So if he were happy, maybe he won't get that illness.
Uh-huh. So you mean the illness won't be activated?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean that to activate that the gene is not to have that gene or not. That's not control your life as much as your choice to be happy or not.
Mm-hmm. But do you think we can choose to be happy? Can we choose it?
Yeah, you can't. If you think that when you will be married, you will be happy, so you can marry it. If you think that when you have money, you can work hard and get money. If you think happiness can be achieved with I think, yeah, it's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness choice. More
All
than
right.
something inherited. Happiness is not inherited thing. Choice, I think.
Okay. Okay. And so you think health, so it makes sense. I kind of agree with you. So we can add health to this list, maybe. We can add it as an important factor in being, in making a person happy. But there are lots of healthy people who are very unhappy, right? I mean, I'm sure that you probably know many healthy people. They don't have genetic problems, they're healthy, they don't have any problems, but they're not happy, right? Do you know any of these people? I know a lot of these people. What about you?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people, because all of these factors of happiness, you can consider it as to recognize what's many people live life and they already don't know what the things that they are make them happy. So yeah, I know lots of people who don't know what they want already. So you can't say they are not happy, they are happy or not, because
They don't know what they want in life.
Yeah.
I agree with this point too. I think this is a common problem. Many people are unhappy because they don't even know what they want. So they're stuck. Yeah, that's true. I think that's true. All right, so here we had a little discussion about happiness and some of the factors or some of the studies that scientists have done. Now here we also have a nice listening track and we have a few questions. But before we listen, let's first look at photos of Fiona, Maxie, and Caroline. So these are their photos. Let's take a look at them. So this is Maxie. This is Fiona. And here we have Caroline. All right, so what does the question say? Let's see the question. It says, listen and write.
I think that.
Yeah. What makes them happy, do you think? So here, the first part of the question is a guessing question. So you just want us to guess from the photos that we can see in front of us. What do you think makes each person here in front of us makes them happy? In your opinion, what do you think?
Because they are doing something they like.
Yeah, and what do you think they like to do, or what do you think the thing is that makes them happy?
Maxie likes playing music. guitar especially. Fiona likes playing with her children, her nephew, her, I don't know. Yeah.
What about Caroline?
Caroline likes gardening.
Yeah, maybe this is what's making them happy, or what makes them happy from the photos. I think we need to listen first, and this way we can decide. So let's listen. Let's go to the track. But before we go to the track, okay, I'm going to just leave for a minute and come back. But I'm going to leave. I'm going to stay online, so you can take a look at this first part. Make a few guesses. I think now most of these you can't make guesses because they depend on the track, I think. But just prepare them, only prepare them, and also take a look at these number 6 here. They shouldn't be answered, but let's see, maybe I can cover them for you because they were answered from the beginning. But I think we can cover them. Let me cover them for you this way. So we can change them. That's good. All right, excellent. So I can cover them. Okay, so let me just do this. So this means maybe you can start with the grammar question first until I come back, okay? Please, so you don't waste your time. So let me prepare this. Let's go down a little. So I'm going to prepare number 6. All right. So all right, so this is a bit of an auxiliary exercise, I think. Okay, so 1 minute, I'll be back, okay?
Okay, take your time.
All right. Okay, hello?
Okay.
All right, sorry I
Hello?
took,
Welcome
sorry,
back.
thanks. Okay, so here, let's start with this exercise first before we do the listening. It's a bit of an auxiliary question.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see your answers. What do you have? What do you have for number 2? How long?
How long have you lived there?
All right, so how long have you lived there?
Who lives with you? There's no auxiliary. There's none.
Okay,
Here.
so no auxiliary in this option.
Yeah. What time do you
All right.
get up? Monday. Why are you studying English? And where did you go on holiday last year? How many countries have you visited? Who emails you the most? No auxiliary here.
Okay.
What do you do? What did you do yesterday evening? What are you planning to do next weekend?
All right, so all of those were correct. But the question now is, let's see if you know the answer to this question. So these questions, number 3 and number 8, they don't have auxiliaries. Why? Why don't they have auxiliaries? What's the reason?
Because who lives with you?
Correct, your answer is correct. Who lives with you is right. There's no auxiliary here. But why? Why is there no auxiliary here?
Yeah, you mean grammatically why?
Yes, it's a grammatical question. It's not even very important, but it's just a question.
No, I have no idea actually.
Okay, so these are called, they call these questions subject questions. They ask about the subject. In subject questions, we don't use auxiliaries. This was the reason. But this is not important. As long as you know how to deal with it, it doesn't matter what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the answer. Now I think we can do the listening. Okay, so I'm going to change this shares.
And the first question. What about? What about? When you use this word, what about do you live? I think it should be it should be where do you live? That's enough. What about? What's the meaning of where about?
Correct, because whereabouts is a very British sort of expression. It's maybe it's a little more local to British English than international English in general. You don't have to use it. Like you said, you can just say where. But whereabouts do you live is usually, it comes as a second question. So if someone asks, where are you from? You say, I'm from Libya. If they want to know the city, they can ask you, where in Libya are you from? Or they might ask you this question if it's a British person. They might say, whereabouts do you live? Where in Libya do you live? It's a bit like this. It's usually a second. It's usually a second question, a follow-up question to the first one. Whereabouts? Yeah. But it's if you want, you can just do it. Where do you live? Perfectly fine.
Do you live around here?
Yeah, do you live around here is another way of saying this, because whereabouts, they want to know, is it somewhere near here? So it's a bit like this question.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go and do the listening part. Let's see what makes each person happy. So here we have our track. Here it is. I think this is track 1, if I'm not mistaken. It's 1, CD1, track 1. Can you hear it?
No.
Can you hear the track?
Fortunately. No.
Hello? No, huh?
No, I can't,
Hello,
I don't hear.
Oops, sorry. Now, did you hear the track?
No.
No, okay. Okay, I'm trying to make a few settings. Select the speaker. Let's see. Because I want you to hear mic. Oh, it should be from the mic. Okay, let me know if you can hear the C.
Hello? Hello?
Did you hear anything? Hello?
No, it was, there was a delay, so.
Okay, but did you hear the track? The one from Fiona? Did you hear anything?
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's make one final change because usually. Never mind, I'll just use the speakers. Okay, so now I'm going to. I think you should hear it now. Let me know if you can hear it.
Face2face, second edition. Yeah. Intermediate by Chris Redston.
Yeah.
Is the sound clear?
Kind of, yeah. Not bad.
But not very clear. Okay, so.
Just. Just pause that.
Just what?
Try it again.
Yeah, I'm going to try it again. I was just testing. Okay.
Face2face, second edition. Intermediate by Chris Redston and Gilly Cunningham. This recording is copyright Cambridge University Press, 2013. CD 1. Track 1. Fiona.
What makes me happy? Well, I love doing yoga. That's very important to me, and I do it every day. I'm also a yoga teacher, and I teach classes 3 times a week. I really enjoy teaching, and it never really feels like work. And I love spending time with my son, Leo, of course. He's nearly 7 now, and it's wonderful watching him grow up. At the moment, he's playing a video game. It's amazing how good he is. He's much better than I am, and he beats me every time. What else? Well, I love having a lie-in, which doesn't happen very often, as you can imagine. But last Sunday, Leo stayed with his grandparents, so my husband and I didn't get up till midday. It was heaven.
Maxie. Well, playing guitar makes me happy. I got my first guitar when I was 12, and now I'm in a band at uni. I started writing my own songs about 2 years ago, and so far I've written about 25 songs. Our band isn't famous or anything, but we play every weekend, usually at local pubs or parties, and there's always a really good atmosphere. Oh, and last month I put a video of the band on YouTube, and so far it's got over 20,000 hits, which is fantastic. What else? Well, I love visiting new places. That makes me happy too. I've been to 6 countries so far, and maybe one day we'll play gigs all over the world. Now that would be amazing. Caroline.
What makes me happy? Well, I really enjoy going to art galleries with my twin sister, Mary. We go to an exhibition together once or twice a month, and we always have a wonderful time. Another thing that makes me really happy is working in the garden. I've always loved growing plants and flowers ever since I was a little girl. And this year, I've started a small vegetable garden. We often have friends round for dinner, and it's nice to eat things we've grown ourselves. But I don't do the cooking. My husband does all that. It's one of the things that makes him happy. I just do the eating. What else? Well, seeing our grandchildren, of course. They visit us most weekends, and we love every minute we spend with them.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can, of course, repeat this again because I don't know if you've noticed, but the style, the here, it's a bit like, I think it's closer to IELTS than it was to regular listening, where they do things slowly. It's sort of all together, right? It's kind of mixed. It's a bit mixed. But
Yeah.
let's do the first section here, the first part of the question. The first part, they just want us to say what two things make each person happy. That's all. And then after that, we can do the detailed listening question. So what's the thing that makes, what are the two things that make Fiona happy, the two things that make Maxie happy, and the two things that make Caroline happy? Do you still remember them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are they?
Fiona likes doing yoga.
Okay, so one of them is yoga.
Yoga and love spending time with her son, Lion.
Okay.
I think was his name. For Maxie likes playing guitar, and for the other thing, the tape was cutting off. So I think he likes traveling a lot.
Okay, so you mean there was a disconnection in the sound?
Yeah, there's disconnectivity in sounds. So I think he was talking about traveling. He has been to many countries or several countries or something. For Caroline, she enjoys gardening so much, and the second thing, seeing her grandchild or grandchildren.
Okay.
He likes spend every moment. He enjoy every moment that she spends with them.
All right, so I think most of that is right, I think, but we can listen again. Before we listen again, let's try to complete these questions first.
Yeah.
Let's guess them, not guess them. Let's see if we remember them from the track before I play it again. And I might need to change the internet. I'm not sure. But is my voice okay, or is it choppy? Does it disconnect?
No, not. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. So here, question number 2. What is Fiona's son doing at the moment? Can you still remember this from the track? Don't worry, because we're going to repeat it again. I'm just, it's just a quick check. And what about, what did Fiona do last Sunday? By the way, sorry to interrupt. Do you have a notebook and pen in front of you?
Yeah, I wrote some notes.
Yeah, because I think this exercise is a little detailed, because the listening in this level, it's becoming a little more detailed. Writing might help.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Okay, and
I can't recall it. What's Fiona doing? No.
Okay, no problem. What about number 4? How many songs has Maxie written?
I'm not sure, maybe 5. I'm not sure.
Okay, and what did he put on YouTube last month?
A song or some.
Okay. What about the countries? Do you remember?
New song. What?
Do you remember how many countries he's been to?
More than 50 or 30. I don't know.
Okay. What about Caroline, number 7?
Caroline.
Who does she go with?
With her sister.
Okay. And what makes her husband happy?
To cook.
And
Cook.
who visits them most weekends?
Her their children.
Okay, okay. So I think you have a mix. Many of them are correct, by the way, but I'm going to repeat it just so you can check. But this time, if it disconnects, just speak and say, can you go back so I can take the track back, because it shouldn't disconnect. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's increase the volume, because there is some kind of setting, but I'm not very familiar with the software yet. There should be some setting which allows the sound to go directly to the program, but I'm not doing that. I'm using the speakers. Anyways, let's listen.
Face2face, 2nd edition, Intermediate, by Chris Redston and Gilly Cunningham. This recording is copyright Cambridge University Press, 2013. CD 1. Track 1. Fiona.
What makes me happy? Well, I love doing yoga. That's very important to me, and I do it every day. I'm also a yoga teacher, and I teach classes 3 times a week. I really enjoy teaching, and it never really feels like work. And I love spending time with my son, Leo, of course. He's nearly 7 now, and it's wonderful watching him grow up. At the moment, he's playing a video game. It's amazing how good he is. He's much better than I am, and he beats me every time. What else? Well, I love having a lie-in, which doesn't happen very often, as you can imagine. But last Sunday, Leo stayed with his grandparents, so my husband and I didn't get up till midday. It was heaven.
Maxi.
Can you back the tape, please?
Do you want to listen again?
Yeah, the last part.
The one about, okay, the last part. Let's repeat the last part.
It's amazing how good he is. He's much better than I am, and he beats me every time. What else? Well, I love having a lie-in, which doesn't happen very often, as you can imagine. But last Sunday, Leo stayed with his grandparents, so my husband and I didn't get up till midday. It was heaven.
Maxi.
Did you get it?
Not very much. So let's listen about Maxi now.
All right. Is it because of the quality, or is it just because you couldn't get it? You mean this is the problem, the sound quality?
I can't be certain. I don't know.
All right. Okay. So let's listen to Maxi. And if you didn't get them this time, we can go to the script, because there is the recording script. This will help us.
Okay.
Well, playing guitar makes me happy. I got my first guitar when I was 12, and now I'm in a band at uni. I started writing my own songs about 2 years ago, and so far I've written about 25 songs. Our band isn't famous or anything, but we play every weekend, usually at local pubs or parties, and there's always a really good atmosphere. Oh, and last month I put a video of the band on YouTube, and so far it's got over 20,000 hits, which is fantastic. What else? Well, I love visiting new places. That makes me happy too. I've been to 6 countries so far, and maybe one day we'll play gigs all over the world. Now that would be amazing.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. Did you get the answers?
Yeah.
All right. Let's listen to Caroline.
Caroline.
What makes me happy? Well, I really enjoy going to art galleries with my twin sister, Mary. We go to an exhibition together once or twice a month, and we always have a wonderful time. Another thing that makes me really happy is working in the garden. I've always loved growing plants and flowers ever since I was a little girl. And this year, I've started a small vegetable garden. We often have friends round for dinner, and it's nice to eat things we've grown ourselves. But I don't do the cooking. My husband does all that. It's one of the things that makes him happy. I just do the eating. What else? Well, seeing our grandchildren, of course. They visit us most weekends, and we love every minute we spend with them.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. So remember, if there's something you didn't get and you still want to listen again, no problem. We can do it from the recording script.
No, I got it. Just I have a problem with that part of what did Fiona say? I don't know. The last part, I don't know if I mishearing or misunderstanding or mislistening or something. I don't know.
But what did you hear? What's the thing you heard?
The part about he likes to have a lion or something.
Correct. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. To have a lion. The next part, the next of part of her speak, I didn't get it very well.
Do you think this is what she said?
Oh, lion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So the two things that make them happy, we did that part. Now let's do the detailed question. So what's Fiona's son doing at the moment when she was speaking?
Playing video game.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He was playing video game, or he's playing video game at the moment. Playing video games. Okay, or a video game. What about number 3? What did Fiona do last Sunday?
Have lion, I guess, or something.
Correct. But if we want to change it to the past, because the question is in the past.
Had.
Yes, she had a lion. She said, did she mention when she woke up?
The middle of the day.
Yeah, midday. So she stayed in bed until midday, which is something we do in Libya almost every day. But in the UK, this is rare. You can't do this, of course, because of work.
It's active country. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how many songs has Maxi written?
25.
Okay, so he's written 25 songs. And what did he put on YouTube last month?
A video on a band. His band.
Yes, his band, exactly. So a video of his band. And do you remember how many views he got? He mentioned the number of views on YouTube.
It was a big number, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe 100 and something. I don't know.
Okay. No, it was 20,000. You said 20,000 views.
20,000. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the 6th question? How many countries has he been to?
6 countries.
He's been to 6 countries. That's right. And who does Caroline go to art galleries with? Who does she go with?
With her twin sister, Mary.
And I think you answered number 8 last time. What makes her husband happy?
When he cook.
Yes. So he likes cooking. When he's cooking, he's happy.
He likes cooking. Yeah.
Yeah. And who visits them on the weekends or at the weekends?
Their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's correct, yes. So you can see here, if you notice, it's sort of all mixed together, right? They're asking many different types of grammatical questions. They're not putting them each grammar rule in a box like they used to do. They're just mixing everything together now, which is fun, I think. All right, so we did number 6. Now we have a little listening here. Okay, so here I think it's the only focus here is the focus of
pronunciation.
Yeah, pronunciation. How you say you, because sometimes you, if it comes with do or if it comes with have, sometimes there's a bit of a change when it's unstressed. So if it's unstressed, there's a bit of a change in pronunciation. Okay, so here it says here, let's start with the question first, the first question. It says, work in pairs, how do we usually say the auxiliaries and you in question 6? So here, like question 6, the ones you answered, when we say how long
have you?
Yeah, do we say it like 2 separate words? Have you? How long have you lived there? Or do we maybe sort of connect it in the way we pronounce it?
Did you? Have you? I don't know.
Actually, there is a bit of a connection in pronunciation, and even here, if you see the phonetic symbol, do you see the phonetics here?
Symbol, yeah.
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 It says
Phonetics, yeah.
they want you to pay attention to how we say do you, dia, dia. This is dia, dia, because how long dia. It's not separated when they say it together. It's not separated.
But the symbol J isn't for Jew, Jew, Jew.
No, it's
Yeah.
here the symbol of J is ya.
Ah.
Yeah.
The ya.
The
ya.
J is ya. Yeah, because in German, do you know when they say yes and no? Do you know how they say yes and no in German?
9 and
9. Correct.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
This is how they write it.
And 9.
And they write it with a J.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. So many languages, by the way, the J is ja. Also Dutch, the language of Holland, of the Netherlands, ja is ja. J is ja. Anyways, maybe there is some relationship, I don't know. But in phonetic symbols, the J is a ja. Anyways, so let's see this. Let's see how they do this. Listen to the questions in number 6. So we're going to listen to these questions, and our focus is going to be on the combination of the pronunciation. Not all. We don't want to pay attention to the whole sentence. We just want to focus on the auxiliary plus you. When they say it together, there's a bit of a change because they don't separate it in the sound. They sort of make it one sound together. It becomes one syllable. Not one syllable, but it's done together. So let's listen to this. Let's see this. So I'm going to get the track ready for you. It's track 2. Let me increase the volume.
Track 2. Whereabouts you live? How long have you lived there? Who lives with you? What time do you get up on Sundays? Why are you studying English? Where did you go on holiday last year? How many countries have you visited? Who emails you the most? What did you do yesterday evening? you planning to do next weekend?
Okay. Did you notice how they sort of do it together?
Yeah, I noticed that they do not pronounce all the letters.
Correct.
So, but I cannot recognize exactly how they do pronounce it.
Mhm. The idea is that what they do is they don't say you. The whole you is cancelled. And if it's in a question, and if it's preceded by do or have or did, it changes. So normally they don't say what time do you, what time do you. No, it's what time do you get up, what time do you get up. So it's a bit like it's mixed. Do you get up? Dia, it becomes like it's one sound. And the same thing here with did. Where did you? It changes. It's not where did you. It becomes where is it? Where did you? So there's a j sound. Do you see this? The phonetic symbol after did here. This is a j. This is a j sound. So it's where did you go? Did ya? Did ya? This is the sound. Did ya? And this is aya. And this is have ya. And this is do ya? Do ya? Of course, this is not super important for us to say it, but it is important for us to recognize it as speakers of as speakers of English as a second language. It's important for us to notice or know what they mean, because when natives speak, usually they will not stress auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are never stressed unless they are short answers. For example, if I ask you, do you live in England? Even in the question, do you live? They won't say do you live in England? Maybe your teacher in class will say, do you live in England? But someone on the street, do you live in England? Do you live? This is how he will say it. And of course, you should be able to understand it. And you'll say, I live in London. I live in Glasgow, whatever. Okay, so it's just a side note. They just want you to know this. This is what natives do. British native speakers do this. All right, so and it says listen again and practice, copy the weak forms. I think this is unnecessary because we understand the point. I think we can skip this. Okay, write a list of 5 things that make you happy. Yeah, okay, let's do this as an oral exercise. We don't have to write it, but you can just tell me. Think of 5 things, Noha, that make you happy. Things that you like to do, or things that improve your mood. What are the first 5 things that come to your mind?
Make me happy. First thing, I will be happy if when I'm sure that my family is happy, my children, my husband are happy. Okay, the first important thing for me. Okay. I'm happy if they are happy. Okay. Second, for me, I really want to speak English fluently. So that's gonna make me very happy when I achieve that. Okay. For now, third is that I think if I go abroad, I'll be happy because my life gonna be easier. Okay. I think the last thing, what? This is all the most important for now, but yeah. To I wish our life in Libya, to be more safe and peaceful, because we really suffered from the last war, civilian war. So I think it's important for me now to be happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think these sort of make sense. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hope these come true. Let's hope so. We actually skipped an exercise here. We can go back to it. Number 5 on the left side, if you see it, it's a nice little grammar review, and it's also sort of a cocktail, a mix of different tenses. So we have a mix of present simple, past simple, present continuous, and present perfect. So it's an all-in-one little nice review. So the first thing they want us to do here, if you see the beginning of the question, it says, match questions number 1 to 4 in 4C to these verb forms. So first of all, we need to decide, they want us to go to the questions in 4C, the ones that we covered, this part, the ones about Fiona, Maxie, and Caroline. So they want us to just check number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want to decide which one from these 4 questions, which one is present simple. Okay, they already answered this, so we only have 3. So which one is past simple, which one is present continuous, and which one is present perfect. Okay, so let's go and check. So number 1 is already answered, it's present simple. Now, what about this one?
Present continuous.
Okay, so this is present continuous. Oops, I need the other tool. Okay, so this is present continuous. Let's leave. What about number 3? What's this?
Past simple.
And number 4?
Present perfect.
All right, so this is all they want in the first part of the question, and we did this very easily. Now this part is also nice. Here it's just the word order or the form of the grammatical tenses. So they want us to write the full form, the full question form. And of course, all of these are WH questions. Are they? Let's check. I think they're mixed. No, they're all WH questions. We don't have. Yeah, there's no yes no question here. Okay, so what they want us to do is they want us to write question number 2, 3, and 4. So they just want us to write them in the box. So let me see if we can show the page next to each other, to 2 pages. All right, very nice. So we can do that. Let's zoom. So this way we can see both of them at the same time. We're going to move this here. This way it's easier, I think, for us. And zoom maybe even a little more. All right, so now you can see the question and we can put it in the box at the same time. So let's do this. So I'm just going to prepare the text. Maybe
question word for the second question. What? Question word is what?
Okay.
And adverb is.
Okay.
And subject Fiona's son.
Fiona's son.
The verb is doing.
All right.
The rest of sentence at the moment.
Okay.
For second one, the question word is what, and the auxiliary is did. The subject is Fiona.
Okay.
The verb do. The last of sentence last Sunday. For the last one, the auxiliary, the question word is how. How many? Okay.
Okay.
This subject is Maxi. The verb has. The auxiliary has.
What's the auxiliary?
Has. Has. The auxiliary.
Which question are you doing?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Auxiliary has.
All right.
The subject is Maxi.
Mm-hmm.
The verb is written.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And the rest of sentences, songs.
Okay. So how many songs has Maxi written? Okay. So we have the option, but before we check them, it says here, look at questions number 5 to 9 and answer these questions. So let's take a look at 5 to 9. We did 1 to 4. We can check it, of course, but let's take a look at 1 to 9 here. So 5 to 9. So 5 to 9. So it says here, the first question, is the question word the object or the subject in each question? So the question word itself, we just want to focus on the question word itself. So we have what, we have how, or how many, and then we have who, then we have what, then we have who. So our grammatical question is the question word, so the ones that we just underlined here, is this the object or is it the subject in each question? What do you think? And maybe it's not the same. Maybe sometimes it's object and sometimes it's...
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
What is about subject, object? How many is object? Who is subject? What? Object. Who is subject?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but...
Okay, because we can check it soon. What about 8 and 9? They're asking you, I think we talked about this, but I think, let's see if you remember. Why don't questions number 8 and 9, why don't they have an auxiliary? What's the reason?
Because they are subject question or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to, yeah, maybe that's right. But here in this question, it says, find 2 questions in 4C that have a preposition at the end. So which 2 questions have a preposition?
Preposition.
Mm-hmm.
With number 7.
Correct. There's another one.
Maybe number 6 has been 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so these are the 2 questions. Now let's check all of our answers. Let's check everything. Let's see if it's correct or if we have anything that we missed. So let's go to page 128. So let's check 129. Okay, so here it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's all on the left side. So these are question forms. The ones that we just finished, I think all of them are correct.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we missed, we didn't say how many songs. You should just said how many. But the rest is correct. Your auxiliary was correct. It was has, and the main verb is written like you said. So we got that right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the second point, it says we use the auxiliaries do and don't to make questions in the present simple. Who do you work for? I think this is clear. They're just telling you about.
Yes, clear. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just telling you how to make questions using do and does. Who do you work for? What does he do in his free time? So normal WH questions. It says the same thing here. They're telling you about verb to be am, are, is. We do it with the present continuous. Where am I going? What are you watching? What's he doing? Yeah, it's clear. Nothing new here. We use have and has to make present perfect. So these 3 points are, I think, nothing new here. Maybe here we'll find some interesting things. So it says here, most questions with auxiliaries ask about the object of a sentence. So if it has an auxiliary, maybe it's asking about the object of the sentence. So when we say, how many songs has Maxi written? He's written about 25 songs. Okay, so this kind of question, it's obviously an object question because it's not asking about Maxi. It's asking about what he's done.
Yeah, it's clear that they are asking about something, not about what somebody doing.
Yeah, they're not asking about it. That's why it's an object. It's asking about the object of the sentence. It's not a subject question. Yeah. But here on the opposite side,
subject question.
Yeah, subject questions, they ask about the subject of a sentence. So take this example. What makes her husband happy? So cooking makes him happy. So here, what it refers to, it's asking about the subject of the sentence. And in this question, this is the reason why we didn't use an auxiliary, because if you remember one of the questions, it says why didn't
who lives with you?
Yeah, who lives with you and what makes you happy? These were the two that didn't have auxiliaries. Okay, so this is another side note. It says we don't use do, does, did in present simple and past simple subject question. So if you're making a subject question in the past simple or the present simple, you cannot use do or does or did.
Yeah. So if you use does or did,
it's an object question. Yeah, unless it's an object question. If it's a normal question, a normal object question, no problem. But if it's a subject question, it's wrong. So you cannot say who does visit them, for example, most weekends. You have to say who visits them most weekends, right? And if you pay attention, it says subject questions have the same word order as positive sentences. So if we say who visits them most weekends, it's like saying he visits them most weekends. We even have the S from present simple, right?
Yeah.
Because remember in elementary, teachers always used to say, oh, if you write present simple, he, she, it, you have to write S. And in the question, we drop the S, right? This is the elementary rule.
Yeah.
But here we have a question. We have who, but it has an S. So who visits them? Who visits them every weekend or every Sunday, for example? So if you say here who visit, it's wrong. You have to say who visits. And this is what
about the negative form?
Even in the negative form, you can say no one visits them. Or because it's not a yes no question actually. So I don't think there's a negative answer to it. But if you want to say no one, I think maybe it's considered a negative answer. But even then, you have to say no one visits them or nobody visits them. So still you have to use it, and that's why they're telling you here that subject questions have the same word order as positive sentences, like he, she, it sentences, right? So you need to use the third personal singular S. You have to use it with a subject question. All right?
Yeah.
And of course, here you can use subject questions with who, what, whose, and which. All right? Yeah. I think the last point here, it says we often put prepositions at the end of questions. So how many countries has he been to? Who does Caroline go to art galleries with? Yeah, I think there's nothing new, sort of obvious a bit, I think here. They're telling you we just put them at the end of questions. And there's a tip here. We don't usually put prepositions at the beginning of questions. What are you talking about? About what are you talking? Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong. Clearly you are wrong.
Yeah, so you have to put it at the end. I think so. The only new thing, not new, but I think the only thing which maybe we need to pay a little attention to is subject questions.
Subject question, because in elementary level, I remember teacher used to say, whenever you wanted to use verb with he, she, it, singular pronoun, you have to say does. You have to write does. Who does visit you? It was very stupid.
Yeah, so maybe you can do this a bit like an assignment. Just go to Google, just type in subject questions and just read a little bit about it. Anything that comes up, and we can start with subject questions on our next lesson. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I also downloaded the workbook. I'm going to send you also the link to the workbook. So this way you can also do workbook exercise. Very, very nice, very important too. They will help you sort of put everything we talked about together, okay? So I'll send you the link to, so this means today we only finished 1A, I think, but we finished all of 1A. So this means in the workbook, you'll do 1A, you'll finish everything in 1A in the workbook. This way we can start with 1B next time. All right?
Okay.
All right, so that's all for today, and I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, or if I'm a little late in sending the link, just remind me, because sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and forget.
Okay, I'll do. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay then, bye-bye.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.